All right, what's going on, people? Welcome to Drama Free Gaming. It is what it says, and it says what it is. And I'd be lying if there wasn't some drama, as we are an hour late from wanting to launch this. Technical difficulties, but you guys won't know unless you're here live. If you're catching it on a replay, I invite you, as always, to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, just hit everything. Just at this point, if you feel like I feel, I just want to hit something. Just hit that subscribe, smash it, share it out with friends, family, loved ones, your neighbors, your enemies. It don't matter who it is. Have them tune in for some drama-free gaming with just the average Joe. Tonight is the dynamic duo again. Like old times, my brother from another mother. Jay, talk to these people.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to Drama Free Gaming. As he said earlier, the drama has been real. Technical difficulties. This brother had to do a last-minute patch-up work job, surgery to get things working right. My laptop acting stupid. The drama's real, people.
I'm telling
you. We ain't gonna let the drama stop us tonight, because we still here.
Yeah, we still here. We still here, man. And you know what? I know that once we get the juices going and everything's flowing, we can get into kind of like a state of mind and start chatting it up here. But like always, just want to remind you guys that we are on Anchor.fm. Anchor.fm. If you go there, you check it out. Just look up DFG Podcast. And since our last episode, which would be, number 34. Yeah, I started titling them. So that gives you kind of sort of an idea of the points that we're going to touch upon. Sometimes we might add, sometimes we might take away, but I hope that it's always entertaining for you guys. So check us out, Anchor.fm, and from there you'll be able to see other platforms that we are on as the podcast is pushed out there to other platforms as well. So follow us there if you're like me. I don't know about you, Jay, but I like listening to a variety of podcasts, and I usually listen to my podcast when I'm on the road, when I got to do the Kissimmee drive, like Dusty would say. It's about an hour and a half, one way. So kind of puts me in a state of mind to do that driving. So what about you, Jay? Some podcasts that you listen to?
Well, man, I listen to old Jim Cornette. I mean, we got to this point, and we were talking about it in the early days of us doing the podcast. I was like, yo, check out Jim Cornette. You were like, I like the way he does.
Yeah.
He's a different kind of an individual. There's that, and I like, I tried to get into Joe Rogan, but just couldn't do it.
Yeah, same here. I've listened to some of his stuff, and then I just was like, not really like my style and stuff like that. I did see one recently where he had Mike Tyson on. Did you see that one?
Mike Tyson. Joe
Rogan talking to Mike Tyson.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you know Mike Tyson's gonna fight, right? Soon?
Fight who?
Oh my goodness, brother, you've been out the loop.
Yeah.
You telling me that you don't know that Iron Mike Tyson has gotten back into shape. He looks vicious, looks like a monster, and he's gonna be fighting Roy Jones Jr.
So you telling me basically it's a fight between two grown old men?
Listen. When I first heard, because Mike completely fell off the scene. He retired. He said he wasn't gonna do it anymore. Actually, he appeared on Joe Rogan when before this whole thing went down, and he was telling Joe Rogan, more or less like, hey, I'm done with that scene. I'm just chilling. You got to be in a whole other state of mind for that. I don't want to go there no more. My ego will inflate, etc., etc. And now Joe Rogan just put him on not too long ago, and the man is, it ain't You just gotta go check it out, man. Just go check it out. He just looks like a monster, bro.
Well, I look at it this way: it takes a man to put down the monster, and a coward to take out a monster with a BB gun. Personally, I like to wield the BB gun, so Mike Tyson. Don't put your hands on me, bro. I know I've seen the damage those pythons he has strapped into them arms can do. Don't want none of that.
Yeah, man, that left hook is vicious, bro. He just go right after them, those opponents back in the days. I mean, I remember the pay-per-view fights, and people would be hyped, and next thing you know, 30 seconds later, bing, 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 knockout, and that's it. And it's like, wow, we got together for this.
Yeah, well, that's back when boxing actually did something.
Yeah, I don't know, because I didn't follow boxing like that, but I know during the era of Mike Tyson, it got to the point where people were like, okay, so how long is the opponent going to last? Because no one expected anyone to get out the first round without getting knocked out. That's how vicious, Tyson was back in the day. But
try saying that to Buster Douglas.
Yeah. It's supposed to be this fight with Jones Jr. is supposed to be, quote unquote, supposed to be an exhibition, but I don't think none of them two brothers actually believe that. They, especially the way Mike Tyson is just coming at it like he's in there. He's back in the arena. He's back in that killer mode, and who knows, man? I mean, they were talking about, and I don't want to belabor the point, but they were talking about with all the science and technology and the recovering that these athletes can do now, and I mean the dude looks real, man. It looks real.
Well, you know what? If you're 50 years old and you out here trying to go with another man that's over 50 years old, I don't think that's a fight I want to see. Because I'm sorry, I just don't have it in me to watch two old men beat each other to death. Wow. I can't see it. Except, boxing's dead anyway, if you really want to be honest with everybody. Boxing's been dead since the early 2000s. So, sorry, except for Fight Night Champion. That game will always be off.
And EA don't want to put out another one or let somebody else put out another one, so I don't know, but... Yeah, that Fight Night Champions, right? Fight Night Champions for the 360.
I got it.
Yeah, it was $4.99 the other day.
Oh yeah, I remember you posted something in
the chat
about that.
Yeah, I was trying to get.
Yeah. We done win our rounds. I got kicked in the face a couple times. I ain't mad at it. I got my face bad.
Got in there. We were button smashing, but there's no game like that game as far as any other boxing game that I've played. Really, really good. It still holds up. And I would love to see another boxing game of the same caliber, if not even better. But till then, we got Fight Night. And I don't know if it's still on sale. I know when I posted that, I think it was on sale for 4 or 5 days. So I don't know. It might be done by now. But $4.99, you can't beat it.
Not at all.
Can't beat it at all.
Before we get into today's topics or whatever we so far want to label them, I am going to let everybody know, to those who I am on my way to building my first computer. This brother knows that I am a complete noob. So this whole journey I'm going to share through the podcast so you guys can laugh at me, cheer for me, throw your advice out there. But I got I got a general in Henyo who's been doing this computer thing for a minute.
Yeah.
I got the veteran in time who's definitely is proud to see me come over to the dark side after all the years of me fighting it. So
well, you ain't gonna regret it, brother. You're not gonna regret it. You're gonna enjoy the journey. If I knew then what I know now, man, there's no way. I know you first posted on our group chat if you should buy this already built PC from Walmart. And I'm glad that Henyo answered and it wasn't me, because I was like, heck no. You want some Ace Ventura delivered, computer has been kicked down the hall and thrown off the side of the building. Like, nah, man, nah. You don't want that, man. You want the experience, and I encourage anybody out there, you want the experience of putting it together, because it's like, there's something about creating, you just put something, and it's like a Lego puzzle, bro. You just gonna snap it into place carefully, obviously, but you just put it in its place, and when you fire it up and everything is running and working, you can just be like, I built this, you know it intimately. So it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. Not to mention it's gonna give you the future, opportunity to upgrade stuff, swap things out. So
yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the build. Also, if you guys want to donate to the Help Old Dark Dad Build a Computer Fund,
there you go.
Let me know. I will definitely any donation coming this way to help out would definitely be. I don't have a PayPal or anything. I'll work. So if you wanna help out, send it on Discord. This brother will see it, and we'll work it out from there.
Right, something like that. Well, hey, you know what? Today I was hearing somebody who, I think it was, I was hearing a podcast, and Geoff Keighley, or Jeff Keighley, the host, producer of the Game Awards. He's been in the gaming industry for all his life, pretty much. And I was hearing a podcast where I think it was Ryan McCaffrey from IGN was just chatting with him and talking about, like, he came up in the industry, and one of the things that just stuck out to me was how he said, hey, I just email people, I emailed people and contacted them and said, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, this is what I'm putting together, this is what I'm looking to do, this is what I'm interested in. And he said that's how I just got entrenched into the industry. And people responded and would send me, like, beta builds of games, and I would write articles, but there's never any harm in asking, right? So
yeah.
So you can always put it out there, and you never know what the response is gonna be. But good for you, man. Yeah. Good for you. I'm glad that you're taking that step, and you're not letting fear hold you back. Talking about games, I wanted just to ask, as we always start off, what are you playing? Anything in particular? I'm hearing the click, click, click. You're probably playing something right now as we're speaking.
Well, normally when we start off, I'm usually playing Dragon Ball. This morning, I finally completed OG Final Fantasy VII.
Ah, okay, you finished it. Good for you, man.
I finished it. So
right.
now I'm looking for my next project. And by the way, my next game, I'm not sure yet, but it's a toss-up between BioShock 1 and I'll probably be playing that on PlayStation 4, or it'll end up probably being Batman Arkham City, which I'm a Batman fan, so
nice.
Yeah, but I was hoping to try to get the computer done by October, but I doubt it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I will stream, and I know this brother said, if I build this and get this thing right, if I start streaming horror games, he said he would watch. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to take notes and write that down, because he gonna cash that check.
I'll come watch you. Oh, of course. I'll come watch you. I'll be blowing up your chat. So, yeah, most definitely. Nah, we got to do it right. We got to set you up on Discord and everything, and have you, I know you can play and then chat and go through the process, and that'd be a lot of fun. So most definitely. If you guys are playing something in specific, hey, maybe if you catch this, who knows, a month from now, a year from now, it doesn't matter. I would love to know in the comments, what are you guys playing right now? Have you returned to something that you played in the past? Are you playing something new, or are you waiting, to play something that's on the horizon? So talking about the horizon, I still have not beat Horizon Zero Dawn. It's just, I don't know, man. I got to a point in the game where I'm like, do I really want to keep playing this game? And
already?
Yeah, well, I've put some hours into that game. I think what happened to me, Jay, I think really what's happened to me with Horizon Zero Dawn is when I first played it, because it's not the first time I started it. When I first played it, it was that wow factor. You know, it was like, you remember when Jurassic Park came out? The first Jurassic Park.
Oh,
you remember, right? Like, you remember like the whole mystery of Jurassic Park. And then it wasn't until you saw that first dinosaur in that open plains and you was like, oh, this is dope. You know, it was fake, but it was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, it just captivated you. And that was the same thing with Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, that wow factor for me is gone because I already experienced that, you know?
Well, there's always Ghost of Tsushima. I was thinking about that one.
Yeah, you know, I still got, and that's not, and let me be clear, that's not to say that Horizon Zero Dawn is a bad game. It's just that I think for myself, I think like I ruined it because I got the wow factor back in the day. I was pumped, excited, and then it just fell to the wayside for me, you know, and coming back to it now, it's like, I think for me, in my opinion, that game, like maybe some games out there, once you hit that wow factor, it's meant to be seen through, you know, and it's not like one of those that you can just go back to it. That's just my opinion. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, Jay, where you've played a game and, you know, it's like, wow, but then you got sidetracked and then you came back and it just wasn't the same.
Yeah, it's happened to me plenty of times. I think it happens to all gamers.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do. But, you know, let's get on to today's topics, brother. What you got for me today?
All right. Hey, Jay wants to jump into it. Anyways, so let me ask just a trivial question here. This is just out of the blue, okay? And, you know, I was thinking about this today, and you know, we talk a lot about Game Pass here, and we talk about how it's, you know, consumer friendly, the value of it. You know, Xbox keeps adding games, talking about studio acquisitions and more games going directly into Game Pass and just the value of it. But I want to ask you this question: what subscription do you currently have right now that you're paying for on a monthly basis, but you're not using? Just throwing it out there. Is there anything that right now you feel like, you know, you have it, you're paying for it, but you're not really using it like that? Or maybe you haven't even used it for months, but it's just still there and you're still paying for it.
Netflix, Hulu, we got PlayStation Plus, Xbox Live. Those are all the paid subscriptions. Oh, I got Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime would probably be the one that I don't.
So Amazon Prime, but Amazon Prime is not something you pay for like on a monthly. That's like a yearly subscription, isn't it?
I pay mine bi-monthly.
Oh, you pay yours on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just count the monthlies because you said Live and PS Now.
Yeah, you know, the PlayStation service.
So those are yearly though.
Yeah.
Okay, those are yearly. I mean, up until recently, you know, Xbox Gold was you know, yearly, and then they just stopped selling the yearly ones. But anyways, that's another conversation. So you got Hulu, you got Netflix, and you got Prime. Yeah. And do you use those? Do you think you're getting your money's worth, or are you paying and you're not hardly using them? Or not at all? Like, out of those three, which is the one you don't use or you use the least?
The one I use the least would be Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And then it would be Hulu. Netflix, well, the kids use Netflix because they got their kids shows. I kind of bounce between the two, but I use Netflix. I use Hulu more because of anime. Okay. And but Netflix did drop a series. I want to squeeze a Blood of Zeus, people watching.
Yeah.
Great
I
show.
just got that notification in
yeah.
mine too, my email.
Oh, dude, if you like Castlevania, yeah, Blood of Zeus.
So you see, you're getting excited, right? You're talking about, oh, there's a brand new show, this and that, whatever. But you see how it is. This is my point, guys. And you know, you guys might think, what does this have to do with Game Pass, video games, and stuff? Okay, it has everything to do with the future of gaming and what really Xbox, Microsoft, I think, is pioneering as far as in the game realm, where we have a subscription. And you know, let's take Netflix, for instance. We have a subscription. We might not be using it as much as we think we are. But why do we keep it? Why do we still have it?
Convenience.
Convenience, okay. You know, out of sight, out of mind, right? It's a direct withdrawal from your account. You're not like calling somebody and paying, right? It's like direct pay.
Well, depending on what it is, because, you know, you get like Netflix. You could go and get the Netflix card and just pay up for like a year. You can pay up as far as you want to.
Right. But how many people do that? Let's be real. How many people pay up a whole year of Netflix? Usually you just put it on a recurring payment, and that's just how it works.
That's
right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So it's like, so then what I'm getting at here, guys, is and leave comments. Whether you listen to this a month from now, a year from now, I think it's going to be really interesting into the future as we move forward, not only with Game Pass, but cloud gaming and other subscription services that are coming out that are emulating what Netflix has done and continues to do, probably better than any other movie streaming, series streaming service out there. And that is that they retain customers. They retain people, and all they do is keep putting content. They put content. So even if you don't use it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, I think I heard somewhere where the average person whom has a subscription for Netflix, right, or just a paid subscription, the average person has it and doesn't use it for like 8-9 months before they even consider canceling. Not canceling it, consider canceling it. And then when they go back to it, here's the psychology of it. They go, well, wait a minute. They got this show on here, and what if I want to go back to this old show? And then what they do is they'll binge watch like, you know, whatever, and try to like justify themselves and saying, oh, I made up for like the 9 months. That's not what they say, but that's what they're in essence doing. I made up for all this time that I didn't see it. I'm so glad that I didn't cancel it. And then they go like another 9 months without using the service and paying for it.
I mean, that's the truth. I think there was a stretch of time I didn't watch Netflix or Hulu. I just, because, you know, you've been here. I got Cody, so I don't. If I want to watch something, I may watch it for free but I have those services just in case.
Yeah, you see that, you said it. You said it. There's what it is. Just in case. Just in case what? Like it's almost that fear of loss, the fear of missing out. And that's why, guys, I don't know if you agree with me or not, you agree with Jay or not, leave it in the comments. But that's the genius of GameStop. It's not original to Microsoft, but it's the genius of GameStop. Of Game Pass, excuse me.
I was gonna say, why we gotta bring GameStop in?
No. That's another topic. but Game Pass, it's genius. I just was hearing gosh, I'm trying to remember who it was, and forgive me, but someone was interviewing Phil Spencer, and the gist of it, I'm just gonna give it to you guys, was Phil Spencer made it clear that he's not done getting more studios or looking for more studios, more acquisitions to put more games on Game Pass. And really, he was looking to fill a void that he thinks that in the portfolio of games are those E-rated games. You know, the ones that are for everyone. Now when you think of E-rated games, I think of Nintendo.
Well, we got a ton of E-rated games on all the systems, so I mean, he's got to be specific than that.
Well, again, this is the thing. It's not being specific about any particular game, but that he's looking to get more studios, more acquisitions of producers, of developers that can create these games that are more appealing to the majority of the audience, not so much niche. E is for everybody. That's that ESRB rating, right? So got me to thinking that not too long ago there was the news here about Microsoft in talks with WB.
Well,
and WB
has crap anyway. So
yeah,
they won't be buying WB Studios. They'll be buying all the programmers out.
Yeah, and that didn't fall through. It's not gonna fall through because WB turned around and said, "Wait a minute, there might be some money here." You know what I'm saying? They're not going to give licenses up like that and studios up like that. Especially you got DC out there and you got these. It's not gonna happen. Okay, but what I got to thinking was, the Lego games. The Lego games are under WB, aren't they?
Depends on the game.
Yeah, they're under. They
no, Jurassic Park isn't Warner. Well, Jurassic Park isn't WB.
Okay.
Spielberg, so I think that would be Disney.
Okay, but you got the DC games. You got the Indiana Jones. You got
that's Disney.
Batman.
That's DC.
Yeah, you gotta look. If we look, the Star Wars. I mean, even if it's even if Disney owns those properties, I'm talking about these studios. WB makes deals for these games to be made, these Lego games to be made. Like the new Lego Star Wars is coming.
Yeah. Now, if you want to be more specific, then you would be like NetherRealm Studios. Pretty much.
Yeah.
They're tied in together.
Yeah, but I'm talking about E-rated games. I ain't talking about Mortal Kombat here.
NetherRealm is worth a lot of money.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about.
Can afford them.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about.
It would be a loss for NetherRealm Studios to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not talking about NetherRealm and Mortal Kombat. I'm talking about Lego games. That's the first thing that came to mind, and I said that would be amazing. That would have been so cool if something could have been worked out that all those Lego games could come into Game Pass. I mean, I own like the majority, to be honest, of the Lego games. I just like the Lego games. I got the Marvel, I got Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, I got the Batman. I got those games. And
I don't really play
I like them. I think I got hooked, like, and just to have them because my kids would play them when they were younger, but that would have been something that would have been curious to see if that deal or some deal would have been worked out there and it would have happened. But the mindset that, Phil Spencer, the leadership he's brought and talking about getting more studios, it's really encouraging. If you're an Xbox person, I consider myself an Xbox person primarily, that, it's all about that content. For the longest time, that's what Xbox got hammered for, and rightfully so. You ain't got no games, you got no content. And that just didn't happen with the Xbox that launched in 2013. That was like, you were seeing that with the 360, and that well ran dry, and it ran its course. And when they launched the Xbox One in 2013, they were pushing, this machine can you can play your Netflix on it, and it can do this, and it wasn't nothing about the games. It was about, make it your media center or something.
Well, yeah, and then Xbox has been, all systems kind of started doing that when we hit the world of the stream. I didn't know streaming was going to come as far as it has until now.
Yeah. But I'm saying the moment that Xbox, and I think maybe Xbox was just trying to Xbox got a little bit ahead of itself, and it wasn't the right time, because PlayStation jumped on that when remember power to the player? That's what Sony is known for, and they just jumped on it, and they said, hey, you know what? Xbox wants you to see movies and rent movies on their machine. We got games. You want games? Come over here. You want to play games? Come over here. You want to play bangers? Come over here. And Xbox, they couldn't counter because they didn't have any studios outside of Forza, Halo, and what's the third one? This is like, it's Forza, Halo, and I forget what the third. You see, it's just, yeah. I mean, it's that bad. It's or it was that bad where and Gears, of course. There you go, Gears. Yeah, So that was a staple of Xbox. That's all you could expect. Halo, Forza, Gears, Halo, Forza, Gears, Halo, Forza, Gears, and it's like, okay, where's the other games? Everything else was third party. So now I'm just personally excited for not even the end of this year, but I'm already looking past 2021, to be honest. Maybe towards the end of 2021 we'll begin to see maybe the faucet of these first party developers pushing their games out. Some have been working on some games for the last maybe 2-3, at that time maybe 4 years, and then Xbox won't have that issue no more. But it's definitely the long play.
Well, we gonna see. I'm just, as long as everybody does what they're supposed to do, Sony and Microsoft definitely have plans. So I'm hanging out in the winds. I want to see where this whole thing goes.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Jay, with you in the season right now of you decided to build a PC, and I don't want to go into it because I want Henyo to be on and talk to you about that, and you guys have that chat. But then with that mindset of, I don't know how committed you are, if you've put a ring on it or not, but that means you ain't getting no next gen console?
Yes, I'm gonna get a next gen console. Sadly enough, I'm probably gonna end up with both next gens. I can't not do it. I've done it for so many years. I mean, I've been buying consoles since Nintendo, the early days. I've had PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. I bought them all, so I'm going to continue this trend. And I am committed. I am going to be committed to PC as well. So, you can just do more. I can do more with PC than I can anything else.
So you're just, what you're doing is just spreading your wings, and you're coming to PC to see what this is all about. I'm excited about this build that you're gonna put together. I'm hoping that, give yourself some time would be my advice. I wouldn't do it like right here and now, only because of the availability of especially the graphics card that just dropped. The 380, 370 series, those cards are not available.
Well, remember, I'm still, a lot of this PC stuff is still Charlie Brown talk.
Right. But I'm saying, like, if you're looking to invest in something, especially the graphics card, and again, I don't want to get into it. I want to have Henyo in here as well. But, I don't know. I don't know if the climate is even right at this point. And this is just my opinion, because it will be your first time experience doing it. It's not like you already have a build and you're tweaking it, you're upgrading this or upgrading that. Like, I'm looking at my monitor right now and I'm like, I need another monitor. Like, I don't need it. I want another monitor, but my monitor is 1080. I want to at least bump up.
Got a new monitor.
No, I still got the same monitor that I've had. So, but my thing is like, I don't need it. I'm looking to get a next gen console. And if I was to upgrade something on my computer, I really have to plan. I'm really thinking another graphics card. A graphics card and a monitor would probably be the next thing that I personally get.
Now, I don't want to get too deep into computer talk, but I want to ask at least one question. Graphic card wise, you got all these people, AMD and Ryzen, whoever else is out there, but who is the number one leader? Who controls what graphics card maker is the end all be all? Like, got that? I don't know what to say about that.
I mean, the one I've been just seeing is that RTX, the 30 series, and that's 3060, 3070, 3080, specifically the 3080. If you're interested, anybody listening, if y'all don't follow Digital Foundry, y'all need to. That would probably inform you. Not probably, they will expertly inform you as to how these cards run. What's the difference between a 3060, a 3070, a 3080, and then at that point it's just your preference. It's really what is it that you want to do. If you have to have the high end, latest and greatest, top of the line, then that's what you're gonna pay for. That's the beauty of, and we've said it here, of PC gaming. Building a PC, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to say, hey, I'm satisfied if I can play on a 1080 monitor running a rig that's going to play 95% of all the games that I want to play, which is usually all the third-party game stuff that you're not going to find but on console, the specific exclusive console games. Everything else you can run on a PC. And then it just depends how much, graphic fidelity you want. You want all the bells and whistles with, ray tracing and whatever else it is that's in there, bro. Then that's what you're really looking to, and it makes me, that makes me think about a lot of people that are getting these next gen consoles, and something that I don't think we've talk about enough, or people, I don't hear people mentioning, maybe on other videos and stuff like that, but people are saying, wow, these next machines are gonna run at 120 frames, they're gonna be super fast and this and that and the other, but they're not thinking about maybe possibly having to upgrade their TV, because TVs, unless you have a 2019, 2020, and even then, you have to make sure that the HDMI port on these TVs are capable, are 2.1. And there's a lot of TVs even coming out now that came out in 2019 and now in 2020 that don't have a 2.1 HDMI port. So you're not going to get the, a game that could run at 120 frames. You're not going to be able to run it at 120 frames.
Well, that's true. But, I ain't worried about TV tech. I got enough. I'm going to end up buying another TV anyway.
Yeah. Right. But I'm saying, like you just said it. If you're going to get another TV and you're going to have a next gen console, okay, you should do some homework. And I'm talking about, you got to do your homework. You just can't go to the store and ask the Best Buy's, geek, because they're going to say, oh yeah, sure, it runs that. No, they don't know. They don't have a clue. Trust me. I mean, most of the time, it's you doing the footwork and doing the research and making sure, hey, okay, this says on the official website, 2.1 HDMI, it's going to run 120, hertz or refresh rate. Okay, and not just, and how many of the ports, like if your HDMIs, if you have 4 HDMIs, is it all 4? Is it one specific? Because some people are going to get, like me, I'm going to eventually have both of the next gen consoles. If I only have one port that's 2.1, who's going to get it? Or am I going to be swapping back and forth between my PlayStation and my Xbox? I don't want to do that.
Well, as well as I do, they're going to. So, it's really not going to be any trouble at all. That's just what's going to happen. You know that as well as I do.
And you cut off a little bit. You said, what's going to happen?
I said, what's going to happen is you're going to get side companies that are come out here and they're going to make converters for 2.1 so you can run multiple slots. They always do it. It's just going to happen.
Well, I wish it was that easy, brother, but it's not. If it's not in your TV, you don't have it. That's just the bottom line. Because the HDMI 2.0 and 2.1, they look identical. But if you don't have that built into the TV, you don't have it. There's not an attachment that you could put into your existing HDMI port and make it a 2.1. It don't work that way. So, what's that?
Never say never. You know how tech is.
Hey, all I gotta say is that just doesn't it just doesn't work that way, because you're talking about the transferring of a signal. I'm not technical in that way, but the information that's going through there, the bandwidth that's going through there, the audio that's going through there, it's a difference between 2.0 and 2.1. Like right now, the cables that I just did this like a couple of months ago. I rewired all my HDMI cables. All of my cables right now are spec'd out to play. They can handle 8K. All right. So I don't have to worry about my HDMI cables. All right. My HDMI cables, I got them plugged into my TV, got them plugged into my computer and whatever. And if the consoles that come, the way I have it set up and whatnot, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get all that juice, all that. I'm not going to miss out on anything. But, well, I just educate myself. And, but, and I know, and this is for the enthusiasts. It's not for everybody. I'm not saying, but some people are going to say, oh, this is what I want. And they're going to think, okay, all I got to do is buy the box, plug it into my TV, and I'm good. I'm running at 120 frames per second, 4K. And then when it doesn't work, they're going to be like, what's wrong? Why? Why isn't it running? Why does the HDR pop up on my screen? Like, and they're going to think the box is broken or something. And they're not going to understand that their TV might not be capable of running that resolution.
Well,
or their cables are not apt to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but people don't really think anyway. A lot of you don't just eat it, own it, put some salt and pepper on it.
Well, I think that's why, we're the average Joes and we're out here talking about it, because it's just something just to put a bug in people's ears. But we don't want to harp on that. All we just letting you guys know is that even if you're not an enthusiast, even if you're not like into this hobby that we call gaming, even if you're not into it like that, with the consoles, and spoiler alert, they're PCs, okay? With these consoles being PCs, they're gonna have a lot of power, a lot of bells and whistles and stuff like that. Yeah, you can plug it in right now. You don't have to worry about it. Plug it into your current, flat screen TV, 4K TV. Whatever. It's gonna run. It's gonna run just fine. Okay, you don't have to go and run out and do all this craziness. But as the technology keeps advancing, again, sooner or later, I don't know. I just felt the necessity because I got tired of going like to Best Buys and in places and asking specific questions, and I kind of got the roundabout answers, kind of like those political answers where they don't really answer your question, and I was like, wait a minute, I gotta get educated. If I'm gonna drop a $1,500 on a TV or on a piece of tech or something, I want to make sure that I'm getting what I'm paying for.
Yeah,
that's just me.
I've worked in retail like that, and a lot of the time, does anybody remember a store called Media Play?
Media Play?
Yes.
I don't even think I even heard of that store.
Yeah, we had a store down here. It's called Media Play. It was kind of like Best Buy or new movies, CDs.
Okay.
And if like I worked in the movie department.
Mm-hmm.
So movies and games was one of my department, and the reason I knew and got that department because I knew what I was doing and I knew what I was talking about.
You was informed, educated.
Yeah, so like if you walked up to me and be like, "Yo, I'm looking for such and such movie," I'd be like, "Oh man, I love that." But then you go to one of these stores now, you expecting somebody to be like, "Yo, I know you know tech. You working in the TV section, looking for a 4K TV, 5 HDMI slot, blah 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 blah." They're gonna be like, "What?
Right.
Let me go look that up real quick."
Yeah, and it's funny, brother. It shouldn't be that way because everybody has a computer in their pocket. Everyone can easily just look it up. Just go look it up. Look it up yourself. Just take a moment, read it. Like when I go to Amazon and I'm ordering something on Amazon, I read the description, but then I scroll down to the specs and I'm reading the specs because sometimes the description tells you one thing and then you read the specs and it's another.
Yeah, but you're asking too much. You're asking people to think, brother.
You know what? I'm not asking people to I don't think anyone who's gonna take the time to listen to a podcast, if you've made it this far, if you've made it 49 minutes into this podcast, first of all, I want to applaud you. Second, you find something that we're saying and discussing interesting, in my opinion. Now, Jay says, hey, people don't think this, not. I think the majority of people do think. I think the people that are not thinking, don't want to think, don't really care, they're not tuning in. They're not listening not only to this podcast, but to other podcasts or other videos. Like I've learned so much through YouTube, just watching people of different ages and races and backgrounds and expertise and whatever. And I've learned so much. That's how I learned how to put my PC together. I learned about the TV and what model does what and every day. And I think that's the world that we live in today. Like information is in abundance all around you. You just got to filter through it because not all of it is legit.
Yeah, but once again, that comes out into wanting to do it and not being lazy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I can't help the laziness part, but I'm not gonna be one to also entertain people who want to willfully remain ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And then they just come out the side of their face talking about like, oh, this is doo-doo, this is trash, this is garbage, there's nothing in it. And I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't got a leg to stand on.
Well, you know what? I usually separate the ones that do know from the ones that don't know. I think this game is trash, or I think this system is trash. Why? Because this person said so.
Right.
Oh, so you're a lemming. You can't think for yourself.
Because it is. It's just trash because it is. It's garbage.
Like, can you?
Because Xbox puts it out. That's why.
You have an argument you can make for yourself.
Yeah.
Some you can tell me that's from your own mental capacity of thought that you can tell me. If not, don't say a word because you ain't got nothing to talk about.
Well, and I'm going to ask this. This is just a simple question. I'm not going to take it beyond this, Jay. have you voted already? Just yes or no, because I don't want to talk about politics.
The answer is yes.
Okay, that's it. That's cool. And the reason why I ask you, the reason, and I'll let you say something if you want to say something. But the reason why I ask you, Jay, is because, again, I think it fits the point that we're talking about discussing now. Like, people want to harp about this party or that party, this person or that person. This should be done, this shouldn't be done, this needs to change, this needs to be enforced, blah, blah, blah. But then they won't go out and vote. And I'm like, I'm not going to have a discussion with you if you didn't even go vote. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, this is not a propaganda to go vote or anything, but I've been in that situation where I've looked at what's out there and I'm like, I'm not going to vote. And that's my prerogative, okay? If I don't want to vote, I won't vote. But then I'm not going to turn around and enter into debates and conversations and complain because so-and-so is in office or so-and-so is doing this or I perceive them to do this. Like, no, I don't have a say in that because I didn't vote. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
I do. I'll say this, and I'll agree with you. I do. Don't enter into a conversation if you ain't willing to walk the path yourself and make a choice.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just what it is. For me, brother, you know me. I'm fairly sure without you guessing twice who my ballot is. I ain't even gotta say it. I know you know. I know you know.
Well, I you know what? I'm not even gonna say that I know. Because. It's funny, brother. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it at that. People saw like today I went. I'm an early voter, okay? I went, I voted, okay? I felt like when I went to the poll, I said, look, this is what's before me. I did not vote. My vote did not go for a person. It didn't go for a particular party. My vote and what drove my vote were and are, and I hope that it continues as long as I live, on my personal convictions, specifically my convictions as a Christian man. That's it. And whatever I saw that lined up with that, that's what I voted. So people have asked me my job. Oh, I see you voted. Who you voted for? I said I didn't really vote for anyone. My vote went towards those that have claimed to represent this Christian conviction of mine. And that's what I'm hoping that, they live up to their word. I don't know if they're going to live up to the word or not.
Well, here's my thing. And ladies and gentlemen, as far as this goes, this is my 2 cents. I don't care what side of the party you stand on. I really don't. I don't care if you stand on burn it to the ground. I don't care if you stand on I hope a meteorite hits us across the head. I don't care. Stop fighting over this stuff. Seriously.
Right.
It is the dumbest thing you can do.
Right.
People have an opinion. In this country right here, this great country that we all live in, you have a right to say what you want to. You do. That is our right. But the moment you try to force your opinion on someone, be it by gunpoint or whatever manner of way you choose to try to force your opinion on someone, you've already lost the battle.
Right. It's like I tell my own kids, Jay. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, I'll tell you, but I'll just people stop fighting over. Stop fighting with your friends.
Yeah.
Stop fighting with your family. Stop fighting with people you don't know, because it ain't that serious.
Yeah.
People vote for their ideals, and people vote because they can.
Right.
It's our right to. So long as you ain't done nothing wrong, you have the right to walk up and be like, you know what, I'm voting X person, and I'm going about my business. Because at the end of the day, It don't matter. It really don't. You gonna
Well,
wake up. You gonna wake up. You gonna go about your day. You gonna go to sleep. Do it all over again until it's your time to go. So
yeah,
people, shut up and grow up.
and I think what you're saying, and I'm gonna piggyback on that and move on to the next thing. But that's what I tell my kids. That's how I raise my kids. I said, look, at the end of the day, you got your vote. You know, we live in a country where we can, and we should exercise that. But like you say, at the end of the day, you control your destiny, your microcosm. You might not be able to control what's going on outside of that sphere, but you can be a better person. You can do better. You can do good to others, you know, and hopefully they'll pay it forward. And that's the way the world should be. But yeah, I mean, the same way that we have our preferences is always complex as to why we choose one, choose the other, believe this, believe that. But that's what makes us human beings. And the same thing with gaming. Like, we don't have this console war stuff going on here. I know we talk a lot about Xbox. I'm actually excited seeing that the Sony PS5, the PlayStation 5 is in the wild. There's been some unboxings. Have you seen it? Have you seen? That's a big boy of a system.
You talking about Big Bertha?
It's big, man. It's a big, hefty machine.
Well, you know what? You're talking next gen, so you're talking bigger fans, more power. So I expect these systems to be gigantic. Give it 3 years, it'll shrink. They always do.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for me, it's like, I mean, I got a PC right under my desk where I'm sitting. You know, it's a tower, and I've never known a PC to be anything but a tower. But seeing the design of both the Series X and S and the PlayStation 5, it's just amazing. I'm actually kind of mad because, you know, I had my setup not too long ago, you know, ordered from IKEA, my desktop and my little cabinets and everything. And there's no way with my current setup that I'm going to be able to slide these current gen consoles out and slide the other ones in their place. Like, the Xbox is not gonna fit. Like, it's no way, even laying on its side. And I don't know about the PlayStation. Like, if there's enough room under here laying on its side, if it's gonna fit or not. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna have to like get smaller cabinets or maybe higher stands. And if I do that, I'm gonna have to like mount my TV higher on the wall. Man, it's gonna be some changes.
Well, you know what? It changes with the time. You just gonna go with the flow. That's all you gonna do.
I don't know, man. It's a lot of work, brother. All I'm saying is that Sony PlayStation, the controller, it actually for the first time with the haptic feedback and all that good stuff, but the controller, the design actually looks appealing to me because I'm a big Xbox, you know, controller freak. I have the Elite control. I can't go back to a regular controller. The only time I use a regular controller is when I'm doing my xCloud gaming, which, oh, it's sweet, man. It's sweet. I've been doing xCloud gaming. It's nice. It's nice.
We'll save that for another day. I got questions on that.
Oh, you got questions? Okay, that's cool. We're gonna talk about it because I've ordered my what is it? That Razer Kishi for my new Samsung phone. It should be coming in tomorrow. So next podcast.
Well, hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, we'll try to get back to the schedule with podcasts. This brother been busy lately, so
yeah. I know there's been a lot of news, a lot of stuff coming out. You know, I don't want to talk about the update that Sony did on their systems and got a lot of their gamers mad and, you know, people just upset. Like,
oh my God.
You know, who knows? Who knows the reason why, you know, Sony all of a sudden want to like listen in on your conversations? I don't know. I don't understand.
They want to be the man.
But you remember when the Kinect was the problem with the Kinect was what? That it was going to be on all the time.
Yeah, people be doing certain things, and Microsoft like, let's see what the person doing.
Exactly. But people are silly because we're like, oh, the Kinect or Sony. Man, right now your phone is listening to you. Let's just be real. There's a mic and a camera on that. How do you know that's completely shut down?
Yeah, there's also, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, there are mics on everything you have, from your PC to your PS4 to your phone.
We're surrounded. You
got surround sound? Guess what? There's sound getting into that. So stop complaining.
You remember back in the days when people used to when the fluorescent lights first came out, and people were saying, "Oh, those are cancerous. We're all gonna get cancer."
Yeah, guess what? I never caught cancer.
Oh man, I don't know. People just come up with things. I don't understand. Well, the last bit of news I think worth mentioning, and it was actually just because before tuning in here and getting all this going and all the drama that happened with that, Cyberpunk, after it announced that it went gold, now is delayed.
Well, you know what? Quality over quantity.
I hear you.
Take your time.
I feel the same way.
If they need to take another 2, give me a quality game. You got my easy.
Yeah. I think they only delayed it until December 10th. So another month. But I don't know of any game that has gone gold and announced, hey, we're ready to go, we're ready to ship, and then delayed.
Well, you know what? Let them go gold. It doesn't really matter to me. I think it's nothing to worry about.
I feel you. I agree. Anyone who makes that call and says, hey, we need more time, if they're in a position to do that and bring out a quality product, I know that I've been avoiding all the videos. I know you sent me a couple of videos on Cyberpunk, and I've just ignored them, to be honest, because I don't want to see any more of the game. I'm like, I've seen everything I wanted to see and kind of already know what the gist of the game is. I just want to play the game. If I'm going to play it, I'm going to play it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to see the factions and the different areas and the currency and the custom. I don't need to see, just like really, I don't know. I don't even know if it was even necessary to have the official unboxing of a next gen console. It's nice that they were out there in the wild and people were, testing them out and putting them through their paces. It's not the final product that these people got in their hands, so that's one thing. But it's to a point where I'm like, did we really need to see an unboxing? Like I don't know. Like, maybe I wanted that experience for myself. I didn't want to live that vicariously.
Well, it's about the clicks, man.
It is, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, is that happening because of the pandy? The times that we live in now, that it's like, okay, we just got to put something out there to keep people interested, keep people thirsty, keep people, coming back. Like, I think it's cool. Okay, fine. It is what it is. Both systems out in the wild, but the unboxing, and I'm not knocking that PlayStation send out an actual console, this is the finished product and there's the unboxing of it, but other than just taking a look again at the system, we've already seen it broken down, seen the controller and all that other stuff. Like, it didn't do anything for me.
Why not?
It just didn't do anything for me. Like, I don't know. I actually, and I'm not trying to be biased here. Yeah, guys know I'm an Xbox guy, but I actually enjoyed that there was content creators out there that actually ran the machine and filmed 4K video, and took the time to do that and show us like, hey, this is the backwards compatible games that are going to take advantage of HDR, that are going to take advantage of ray tracing. This is this game running, on the Series X and blah, blah, blah. I haven't seen that. Like, and maybe it's not fair of me to say, but, I want to see some games running on the PlayStation.
Well, the PlayStation's already their games. They let it be known, hey, this is what we. So we'll see.
We'll see here soon enough. But I think I'm going to shut it down with that, Jay. I think I've had my fill for this evening. I just want to get something out here and just chat it up for a little bit. And I'm looking over at my shelf of PlayStation games, and I think I'm going to put Horizon Zero Dawn down. I'm not going to keep playing a game that I'm really not into. And I think I'm going to crack open Spider-Man.
Wow, this brother, you going to Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think I'm going to just play Spider-Man, and I've been wanting to play that game, so I'm just going to go with it. I'm playing Metro Exodus on Xbox One X to be specific. The game looks nice. And yeah, I enjoyed the Metro series, so that's just something I'm doing on the side on my own. I'm about an hour and a half into it, so just started playing it the other day. But that's what I'm doing on the side, man. Playing some Metro Exodus, and I think on PlayStation, I'm just gonna, like I said, crack open that Spider-Man and play some Spider-Man. So
I have BioShock is probably where I'm gonna go.
BioShock.
If I change my mind, you guys will know.
All right.
We always gonna try to keep up with you, but once again, did we have any? Have we expanded? If we have any there, thank you for tuning in. We've been a little laggy, but we will pick it back up. Don't worry, life happens.
Yeah, we're just in that season right now, guys, where work has been busy and stuff is going on, but holidays and the release of these new consoles. If you're looking or hoping to get a console, good luck. I'm in that prospect as well. My wife wants to get me the Series X, and I'm like, babe, if you do that, you're a miracle worker, because I can't see anybody getting that system or it being available past launch day. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Not right now.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe for Black Friday sales, maybe Cyber Monday, maybe before Christmas, but I'm not holding my breath. But if you get a hold of one and you put some content out here, or even if you just, enjoy playing it, hey, have a good time. I'm going to continue having a good time with my games, and that's pretty much all I got to say, Jay. Anything else you need to say before we sign off?
Well, you know what, guys? I hope you got the holidays coming up. I hope you guys have swell time with your families. Don't eat too much. Stay safe out here. Stay safe out here in these streets, because people get crazy. Keep your life drama free and keep your games going.
Yes, sir.
And to pass it off to you, brother, send us home.
All right, so guys, you know where to tune in. Anchor.fm for the audio version of this. I work on that and try to get it up here as quick as I can. And of course, here on youtube.com/drama free gaming. Help us out with that subscribe, with the thumbs up, leave a comment, whether you're hearing this a day, a week, a month, a year from now. Hey, we hope to be on here doing what we love, talking about games. We continue playing our games. As always, keep your gaming, keep your life drama free, people. Later.